Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back in my original look after a very long time. Okay, so good evening once again, and today we are going to have an amazing session about six-pack analysis with Minitab, and what is six-pack analysis, how it is carried out, what is the significance of that, everything we are going to learn today. Okay, so today being it's a Minitab exercise. If you have Minitab in front of you, laptop in front of you, you can do it along with me. But before that, we will just cover some of the basic fundamentals of the process capability analysis. Okay, so let me share my whiteboard and have I started the recording? I think yes. All right, I have started the recording. Yes. So let me start my whiteboard, and first of all, just try to understand what is the just give me a second. Is my voice loud and clear to you? Can you just confirm this in the chat? Okay, very good, super. Chalo, thank you very much. So, okay, here we go. So the topic which we are discussing is process capability, six-pack. So process capability analysis, there is an option called six-pack in Minitab. Now, what is process capability? First, let's start with the basic fundamental of capability. Capability meaning ability of the process. All right. So process capability meaning ability of the process to satisfy customer requirements. This is a basic, what you can say, definition of process capability. Ability of the process to satisfy customer requirement. Now let me give you example. Let's say customer wants delivery in 30 minutes. Is your process capable? Now, for example, if what you can say, let's take Domino Pizza example. 30-minute delivery time, right? So the moment the order is logged in the system or from the walk-in customer, I think that is a delivery, right? So in the system login, so once the order is logged in till the time the pizza is delivered to the customer on the doorstep, this duration has to be 30 minutes. Okay, so here what is lower specification limit? LSL and USL. Here LSL is, let's say, 0. Customer would want magically, I want the moment I put the order, I want the pizza, right? And upper specification is 30 minutes. If we collect the data, so these are the two levels here. If we collect the data, okay, so we will find something like this. Okay, the deliveries something like this. There would be some deliveries going outside of the specification limit. Okay, and average would be around 20 to 25 minutes. Maybe here, let's say 25 minutes. Okay, and some of the deliveries are going outside. Now, out of 100%, let's say 90% they are delivering within 30 minutes. So that means this process is 90% capable process. Are you clear? Very simple example. 30 minutes is the specification limit, and whether your process is capable of delivering within 30 minutes, that is called process capability. Are you clear with this? Just give me yes in the chat box. Are you clear, everybody? Just give me a quick yes if you have understood this. Very good, simple. So what we have done is we have just explained in a very simplistic manner. Now same goes with any example. You take any example. Let's take example of a BPO where they have, let's say, average call handling time should be 5 minutes. Let's say that is the SLA. Within 5 minutes, they have to, solve the customer query over the call. So similar kind of distribution will come. Okay, similar kind of, maybe the distribution might be a little different. Let me draw that distribution for you. So if for a call center, so again, the lower specification limit would be, let's take 0. Upper specification limit is 5 minutes. Okay. And see, so we have on the y-axis, we have what? We have, the, what you can say, frequency basically. Okay, frequency. How many number of calls? So let me write down here frequency. Okay. So for example, let's say this is 1. Let me write here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minutes, and 5 minutes. Right. So this is the x-axis. X is a minute, and let's say first call got over, the query got resolved in 3 minutes. Let's say second call in 4 minutes, third call in 5 minutes, again 4 minutes, 3 minutes, another call in. So if I plot, I will get similar kind of, some calls will be going. So if I draw a histogram, it will look like this. Are you understanding this? If I plot a histogram of this, so these are out of specification, beyond SLA. Average may be 4 minutes, and some of the calls are. So our objective is to shift this entire process here. Then it will be a capable process. So to bring the process from this to this, that is called at actually, improving the process capability. So we have to shift the process, reduction of the average, and that is our project. Clear, everybody? So I've given you 2 examples. One is a pizza delivery example. Second is the average call handling time example. Okay. So there are 2 ways we can do this. What are the 2 ways? Number 1 way is shifting the mean from 4 minutes to 2.5 minutes. That is one way. Second way is reducing the variation. Maybe the average is 4, but the variation is very less, like this. So everybody is resolving around 4 minutes only. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes to 4.5 minutes. So within that range only. So all the data points are there. So you are reducing the variation. By both the ways, you are basically making sure that the less number of data is going outside of the specification limit. So what is process capability? Ability of the process to satisfy the requirement of the customer. Is my process capable? That is what is process capability. Everybody understood with this example? Just give me yes. Fundamentals are clear, especially the new members. Right? Fundamentals are clear. So whatever is your process requirement, whatever is your customer requirement, is your process fitting into that? Is it capable of delivering within that requirement? That is your process capability. Okay. Now, before we do process capability, there are 3 things which we do. What are the 3 things? Those 3 things are, first we check stability. Now, so process capability, while doing this process capability, okay, when do we do? In the DMAC framework, so as we are just explaining this, SNC, absolutely right. In this DMAC framework, when do we do process capability analysis? Type in the chat box. In this define, measure, analyze, improve, and control, when do we use the process capability analysis? Okay, everybody, I want everybody to answer this. Is it in define phase? Is it in measure phase? Is it in analyze phase? Is it in improve? Is it in control phase? Which phase do we do it? Measure phase? Control phase? Very good, very good, superb. So the first, so actually we are not doing it once, we are doing it twice. Okay, why? The first process capability happens in the measure phase. M for measure. Okay, so in this process capability, this is our current process capability. In the measure phase, we basically find out current process capability. All right, and the second process capability happens after improve phase, maybe you can say in the control phase, and this is after improvement. So this is improved process capability. So there are two ways, two times we are measuring process capability. One is in measure phase, the current process capability. This is also called as baseline process capability. Current and the baseline is the same thing. And then after the improvement in the control phase, we check the improved process capability. The same procedure we have to follow. Procedure remains same, but in the project two times. So before and after, then we can compare that. Okay, let's say before process capability is 2 sigma process example. So improved process capability should be 3 sigma or 3.5 sigma, 4 sigma, like that. So there should be some improvement in your process. Yes, improve or control phase, exactly. Are you clear? This point is clear. So first in measure phase, second is after improvement, which is in the improve or control phase. Okay, clear? Just give me a quick yes in the chat box. Remember this, make a note of this. What is process capability? Ability of the process to satisfy customer requirement. When do we do it? In measure phase and in control phase. So measure phase we do it current or the baseline process capability. In improve phase, after improve phase we do it after improvement. Okay, so this is the basic fundamental. Now before we do this process capability analysis, we have 2 steps to be covered, and those steps are, write this down, stability and normality. Stability is nothing but using control chart. Now control chart, everybody must be aware of, this is the control chart basically. And normality is, this is called as normal probability plot, or you can say Anderson-Darling normality test. Okay, so let me write normality test. So it looks like this. Okay, all right. So this, it looks like this. So stability and normality. So stability checks whether the process is stable, and normality checks whether the process is normal. Once these two conditions are satisfied, okay, then we can go for process capability. All right, so this is done with the capability analysis. So it looks like this. You have the process, and then you have lower specification and upper specification, and anything which goes beyond specification limit is a defect. Okay, so this is a process capability. So stability, normality and capability are the major factors. Now let me share one Minitab file with you. First we will do a stability normality wala thing. Okay, then we'll go for the process capability. Now we will do both today. We will do for normal data as well, then we will go for non-normal data as well. Okay, let's open this file. First we'll do this normal data, then we'll go for non-normal data. Both process capability will check, and then we will go for 6-pack analysis, which is a combination of this stability, normality and capability in one shot. Okay, chalo, once open this file, let me know that you have opened the file. Yeah, if you have opened, please let me know open so that I can start sharing my screen. So here we go. Yeah, I'm just waiting for your confirmation. I've shared the file in the chat, okay? And this is something which you guys must be aware of, okay? So what we'll do? First we'll do stability with control chart. And in that we will use IMR chart, IMR, okay? What is IMR chart? Go to stat, control chart, variable chart for individual, IMR. So when do we use this? You can read there, monitor the mean and the variation of your process when your data is not in subgroup, it is individual data. Okay, then you can use this. Okay, stat, control chart, variable charts for individual, IMR. If you click on IMR, just select chocolate weight in this and just click on OK. And this kind of a graph would have come. Everybody got this? Just give me yes in the chat box. Very good, superb. So I just got confirmation from Mr. Prabhakar. What about the other people? Are you practicing with me? Then only you can just do it, or if you're just observing, then let me know that I'm just observing this, okay? Now, whenever we have the data, I'll just repeat the steps, okay? Go to stat. Once you open this, once you open the file, go to stat, control chart, individual chart, variable charts for individual, IMR. Okay, make a note of this. Stat, control chart, variable charts for individual, IMR. The first option is IMR. IMR is called individual. MR stands for moving range. I'll explain you what is that. I and MR. It's a combination of IMR. Once you click on that, then you just have to double click on chocolate weight grams into variable and just click on OK. That's it. And you will get these two graphs. Okay. So what is individual meaning? This is individual chocolate weight has been plotted. First chocolate weight was 42, then 40 point something, then 40, then you know. So these are individual chocolate weights have been plotted. Okay. And then we have this, yeah, I'm sharing. Yeah, this is the file again in the chat. What is MR? MR stands for moving range. What is moving range? Try to understand this. Moving range is the difference between, let me go back to the data. Okay. What is moving range? Try to understand. So the first weight is 42.1. Okay. So in the eye chart will be plotted like this. First will be 42.1, second will be 40.7. So eye chart is C1. C1 is nothing but eye chart. Okay. What is moving range? Try to understand. Let me drop moving range here. So first dot will be nothing. In the moving range, there will be no first dot. Okay. In the second dot, it will be difference between the first data and the second data. So 42.1 minus 40.7. So what is the value? The value is nothing but 1.4. So second dot will be 1.4. So 1.4 will be plotted. Clear? Now what is the next difference? Consecutive point is 40.7 and 40.3. So the difference is 0.4. So the difference has been reduced. Now when the difference is reduced, that's a good thing. Understand this. If the consecutive difference is reducing, that's a good thing for the process. Okay. So individual chart is plotting what is the weight of every chocolate, and moving range is plotting the consecutive chocolate weights difference. Are you clear? So the third point will be 40 and 40.3 and 42.3. So which is 2.0. Okay. Again, from 0.4 the difference has become 2. So there is a variation. Are you understanding? So one is, so individual chart is basically plotting central tendency of the data, and moving range chart is basically plotting the variation, variance basically. Okay, variance between two consecutive points. Are you clear with this? Just give me yes in the chat box. Individual and moving range clear hai? Just give me yes. Everybody clear? Any doubt, please let me know. Very good, very good. Now, how do we go back to the graph? We'll just click here. Okay, here you can see, right? Just click on this point and you'll come to graph once again, right? So here, is the process data stable? Here you can see one data point just going outside of the specification control limit, not specification limit. Yeah, here we have upper control and lower control. See, specification limit is decided by the customer, control limit is decided by the process itself. So how do we define this? What is the formula? X bar plus 3 times standard deviation and X bar minus 3 times standard deviation is LCL. So this is the formula for LCL and this is the formula for UCL, right? So this the process is between plus 3 and minus 3 standard deviation band. Now you can see more or less only 1 point on the boundary line, otherwise the process is fairly stable. Are you clear? Now what you can do, you can investigate some of these points, about some of these 3 points which are going outside of the control limits, right? These points can be investigated. Okay, you can see consecutive points here. Huge swing. You can see here why the the moving range is going out. You can draw the parallel here. You can see this phase. Okay. Again, if you draw a parallel, you can see this phase. There is a little bit of variation. So this investigation you can do. Are you clear? So this requires investigation. Why the process has shifted? Why the process has gone beyond control limit on these couple of occasions, 3 occasions. So that has to be investigated. And this is called as a control chart. Everybody clear with this? Just give me yes in the chat box. Clear? Now, let's find out the normality. So, control chart, what is the conclusion? Process is more or less within control, okay, stable process, but it requires few dots to be investigated. That's it, okay. There is no extravagant variation which is worrisome variation. So this is fairly stable process. Now let's go to the normality of the data. So how do we find out normality? Go to basic statistics, normality. Now first, before we go for normality, First you make a histogram of it. Okay, let's click on histogram. There is a graph option. In graph option, the fifth option is histogram. Just click on histogram and select, yeah, by simple. Okay, that also you can select, and double click on chocolate weight and click on OK. And this is a histogram. Now you tell me, is it a normal distribution histogram or skewed distribution? Put N for normal, S for skewed. Okay, few people are saying skewed, few people are saying normal. Little bit skewed, yeah. That's a good answer. Little bit skewed. Yes, actually it is little bit skewed. It is not. See, there is something called perfect normal distribution. Perfect normal distribution may, write this down. Mean is equal to mode is equal to median in the perfect normal distribution. In some average normal distribution, mean is very close to mode, is very close to median. And in non-normal distribution, they are not equal to each other. So if I have to plot, I will plot it like this. Okay, just make a drawing like this. So if this is the normal distribution where all three are equal, mean is equal to mode is equal to median, right? And let's say in the skewed distribution, let's say this is the skewed distribution like this. Here, if this is the mode, I'm just giving you example, and this is maybe the mean, and this might be, or this is a median, I will say median, and this might be the mean. So they are different from each other, and so this is called a normal distribution, and this is called skewed distribution. Now, whether it is normal or not, ideally speaking, graphically we will not be in a position to find out. Perfectly we will not be able to find out. So what do? We do Anderson-Darling normality test, AD test. Okay, so let's do the AD test. How do we do AD test? AD test is done. Go to stat, basic statistics, normality test. The third last option you can get. Stat, basic statistics, normality test. Just click on that. Stat, basic statistics, normality test. Now if you click on normality test, just double click on P0, is it? Okay, let me check. So just double click on chocolate weight here. Just double click on that and click on OK. So here you can see P value is 0.256. Now whenever P value, meaning the probability value, whenever the P value is greater than 0.05, the data is normal distribution. Okay. Yeah, reject nahi, fail to reject na, because so P low null go, right? If P value is lower than 0.05, then we have the non-normal distribution, right? Correct. So let me give you example of non-normal distribution. Let me give you example of non-normal distribution. चलो मैं एक example देता हूँ अपना non-normal distribution का. ना लॉग ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन वाला डेटा. ऑलराइट, इसका एक बार एंडरसन डार्लिंग नॉर्मलिटी टेस्ट करके देखते हैं. जस्ट ओपन दिस फाइल. just open this file and then we will see, just for our understanding. Okay, we'll come back to six pack analysis. I just want to show you how does a non-normal data look. Or if you just want to check, okay, this is the data. First we will make a histogram, graph, histogram and time. Okay, time column ko select karo and click on OK. Can you see this is a skewed distribution? Even from the graph also you can see, from the histogram also, correct? If I want to plot this, then you can see like this, correct? Yeah, where this is the mode. Here you can see the highest frequency is mode, right? Here you can see some median, or here you can see the mean. I'm just giving you, so mode you can easily calculate, mean and median you have to calculate. Okay, so this is called a non-normal. Now iska abhi hum log, we will do the Anderson-Darling normality test. Yes, right hand side skewed. Absolutely right, Girishji. Perfect. See, what is, if the tail is extended, okay. Now imagine a dinosaur. You have seen a Jurassic Park, right? So imagine a dinosaur here. So this is a dinosaur and this is the tail of the dinosaur. So wherever the dinosaur tail is going, yes, if the tail is extended towards this right hand side, so this is called a right hand side skewed. And if the dinosaur is exactly opposite, if the tail is extended to left hand side, that is called left hand side skewed. So remember, whenever you are confused between is it a right side skewed or left hand side skewed, just remember Jurassic Park dinosaur. Okay, you imagine a dinosaur and the tail is extended on the, which side the tail is extended, that is your skewness. Okay, and let me tell you, all the time related data, make a note of this. Okay, most of the times you will find this kind of a skewness into that. Delivery time. Okay, can you just give me examples of time related data you capture in your systems? What kinds of data do you capture? One example I have given, which is delivery time. What else do you capture as a time in your process? Cycle time. Very good. Cycle time you are capturing. What else? What else? Assay of the drug product. Okay, assay is measured in time, is it? Time. Billing time. Okay, curing time, lead time, MTTR, MTBF. Very good. Which is mean time to repair, MTTR, and mean time between failure, which is MTBF. Yeah, stability. Very good, very good. So that is again. So wherever this, downtime, correct. Changeover time also is one of the time, right? Wherever time element is there, there is a probability, more probability I have seen of getting these kinds of a distribution. I'm just giving you my experience, okay? You may not have this non-normal distribution, but whenever time is there, you can get these kinds of distribution, okay? Now let's find out the Anderson-Darling test here. Go to stat, basic statistics, normality test. If I do the normality test, select time here and say okay. Wow, can you see here p-value 0.005, so which is less than that. Exactly. So you are getting this kind of distribution frequently, so you have to go for transformation of the data. Okay, I'll give you one example how you can do that. Are you clear? So I've just given you why I came to this example, just to give you example of a non-normal data where normality is failing. So when you have non-normal data, what we suggest, the first option we have is increase the sample size. That is one way you can handle this. You increase the sample size, you might get some kind of normality. Okay, that is one option. Second option is called as transformation. Okay, so we have in the black belt level, we have the Box-Cox transformation, we have the Johnson transformation. These are the two transformations basically we follow to transform the data from one non-normal distribution to normal distribution. Are you clear, everybody? So I've given you a couple of examples about it. Okay, let me go back to the original example of our normal data. Clear hai? Very good. Chalo. So we have seen what? We have seen stability, we have seen normality. Let's do the process capability. So what is process capability? Let's do this. Go to stat, quality tools, capability analysis, normal. Everybody follow this. Stat, quality tool, capability analysis, normal. Please follow this sequence. Stat, quality tool, capability analysis, normal. Go back to the original file, this the first file, not the second file. Second file पे जाएंगे, इसके बाद हम लोग उधर भी जाएंगे, उसका भी 6-pack analysis करेंगे. We'll do the 6-pack analysis of that non-normal data as well. Okay, so we'll do both. Chalo, let's go to stat, quality tools, capability analysis, normal. Click on that. This window will appear. Single column, data arrange single column. Select chocolate weight. Sample size, just put 1. We are considering individual samples here. Lower specification limit mein you put 36. Upper specification limit mein you put 48, which means chocolate weight will be accepted within 36 to 48 grams. That's the lower and upper specification decided by the customer. Now you go to option. Don't click on OK. Go to option. And just one small change you can do. Select benchmark Z here. You can see my cursor. Just click on benchmark Z, which will give us directly a process capability. Okay. And click on OK and click on OK. And here we go. You have right now you can see. Now you can see this potential within process capability. This is short-term process capability, which is 3. Z bench is 3.93. That means this process is 3.93 sigma process, almost 4 sigma process. Okay. And this is a long-term process capability, which is 3.46. So in long term, what software is predicting that over a longer period of time, this process is around 3.5 process capability. Okay. Yeah. Now you want the process to be explained once again. So go to stat, quality tools, process capability, capability analysis, normal. Just follow this path first. Stat, quality tool, capability analysis, normal. Okay. Why normal? Because we have checked the normality before. That's why we have selected. Okay. I will explain you short term and long term quickly. So normal may you select all these, chocolate weight in this, select one here, 36 and 48. Go to option and just do one change. Benchmark Z ko select karo. The moment you do that, just click on OK and click on OK. I'm just pressing here. Okay. Now within process capability and overall process. Got it? Very good. Very good. So understand this. So to understand this within and overall, let me go back to your data. Let me go back to the data. Okay. So this is the data. Just try to understand this. This is very important to understand the data. Now here you can see the weight of the chocolate in the first, this one, right? This weight of the chocolate, correct? Now you can observe on the right hand side wala jo column hai sample, it is written 11111. What does it mean? in the first sample, they have selected 10 chocolates. Understand this. Imagine a chocolate conveyor is going on. Okay. And now you are selecting 10 chocolates at a time. Correct? Now, if I want to plot it, it would be like this. So I have got 10 chocolates here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay. Then in the second group also I have selected another 10 chocolates. So this is the second group. Okay. So here also there will be mean. Here also there will be standard deviation within the sample. This is called within. Within that sample of 10 chocolates also there will be average, there will be mean, there will be median, there will be variation, standard deviation. So if I calculate the capability of this, is this sample capable? Is this sample capable? Is this sample capable? Are you understanding this? Third sample, fourth sample. So if I check the capability of all these samples and taken the average, that is called as within process capability. Because it's a small samples, it is a short term process capability ka average hai. How many of you got this? Just give me yes in the chat box. It's a very short sample we have taken and uska process capability we have calculated. That's what it's called. And within the group, now this is within the small group we are capturing. Clear? Okay, now there is a second option which is long term, which is overall. So now I am not considering this sample here. I am not considering this. I am taking the entire 120 samples in one shot. Okay, so this is called as overall variation. Overall variation, right? This is called the overall variation, where some samples are going outside of the specification and some samples are within the specification. So within meaning within the sample to sample variation, and overall meaning all sample put together. It's called overall. So within meaning a short term, because we are talking about only 10 samples here. Overall meaning long term, because we are talking about overall population here. Clear? Just give me yes in the chat box. Have you understood this? What is overall and what is within? Short term and long term? Very good. Yeah, so this is how it is. Clear? Very good. Now, what it? Got it? Boundary meaning, now bound is boundary. See, bound meaning sometimes what happens is, for example, there are few things which are, for example, let's say scrap. Okay, one of the company had, scrap generation. I'll give a couple of examples just to what you can say, explain you very easily. Now, if there is a machine, let's say this is a machine, okay, and let's say if you put 100 pieces here, there will be some kind of scrap which will by default get generated, and that is, let's say, 2%. Understand this? Okay. Now this is by default, by design. If you put the material in this machine, 2% will be scrap. Okay, 2% will be scrap. You cannot do anything. There is a waste. All right. Now your current waste is coming 4%. Now you want to reduce 4% down to 2.5 to 3%. But you cannot go below 2% because by default, by design, this machine will produce scrap of 2%. And this is called bound. This is the boundary. You cannot go beyond that boundary. Clear? Rajendra ji, are you clear with this example? I'll give you another example. Let's take a pizza delivery example. Okay. Now 30 minutes is the pizza delivery. But there is a specific time. From the moment you log the order, the pizza will be made and there will be some kind of delivery time, right? So imagine, let's say 15 minutes is the bound. So you do whatever You are a Superman or you are Rajnikant. You cannot, exactly, standard. You cannot go below 15% and that is called a bound. Are you understanding? When even you are Rajnikant, you cannot do it. That is called a bound. Okay, so this is called bound. In cricket match, for in one ball, maximum run you can score is 6. That 6 is called bound. That's it. So beyond 6 you cannot score. Even if you hit the ball, twice the longest, but you will only get 6 runs. That is the boundary. Okay. Anyway, very good. So I think. Okay, so let's come to the 6-pack analysis now. How do we do all these three? Stability, normality and capability. How do you remember this? S and C. Everybody please type S and C in the chat box. Let me also type it over here. Okay, S, N and C. S and C. Stability, normality, capability. Remember this sequence. First the stability control chart, then the normality, the Anderson-Darling normality test, and this process capability. Now, how we can do S and C in one shot? That is where 6-pack analysis comes into picture. So go to Stat, Quality Tools, and just below capability analysis, we have capability 6-pack. Okay, capability 6-pack. Just go to this normal here. Just go to normal. Click on that. And same. बाकी सब same है. Chocolate weight 1. Okay, lower specification is 36. Upper specification is 48. Go to estimate. No, not estimate. Go to option. And select benchmark Z here. Click on OK. And click on OK. Wow. So here, stability, normality and capability. You can see here, this part on the left hand side, you have got stability. Right? On the right hand side, we have got a normality, which is first the histogram and then Anderson-Darling normality test. Okay, and then here you can see process capability. Alright, so here you can see within and overall, short term and long term, both process capabilities have been calculated. Clear everybody? Just give me yes in the chat box. Sandeep ji, you lost some points here. No problem, no problem. You will get the entire recording in masterclass archive. Okay. So in the nutshell, let me explain you. First, we have checked the stability of the data, which is IMR chart. You can see here. Then we have seen the normality of the data, which is histogram and Anderson-Darling normality test, which is normal probability plot. Okay. And then we went for the process capability, which is C. Correct. Now, in this, I will repeat the process. यहाँ पे process को पूरा repeat करता हूँ. यहाँ पे if you want to do stability, normality, capability in one shot, that is called 6-pack analysis. Go to Stat, Quality Tools. Just below capability analysis, you will find capability 6-pack and normal. Just follow this path, please. Stat, Quality Tools, capability 6-pack, normal. Okay. Once you click on that, you can see here, just put your chocolate weight on this first option. Subgroup size is 1, 36 lower specification, upper specification 48. Go to option, just what we have done earlier. Instead of CPK, just select the Z, okay, which is our process capability. And just click on OK and click on OK. And you will find this. Okay. Yeah. See, last 25 observations are what is the latest, variation pattern. Okay. Is it going very high in the last? Because we have got 120 data points. So they have taken last 25, last 20% of the data. What is the, how does the variation looking like in the last 25 data? Okay. So you can see there are a couple of data points which are 45 to something below. So this is a area where you can just a little bit of cautious you can see. So it is like off late whether the data has been very much within the specification or very much within the control. Okay, that is something which it is showing. So this entire thing is called as 6-pack analysis. Okay, there are 6 graphs you can see in one shot. That's why it is called as 6-pack analysis. Are you clear? Just give me yes in the chat box. Clear hai? Everybody clear? So SNC, so you can go for 6-pack analysis directly. Okay. Yes. So as a black belt certified, master black belt certified, you can directly go for 6-pack analysis rather than doing stability, normality, and then capability. Okay, just directly go for 6-pack. Okay. Now let's do a 6-pack analysis of the non-normal data as well. Okay. चलो non-normal वाला file open करो वो. Let's do the non-normal वाला file. This one. Remember? I hope everybody has the file. If you have just joined in, let me share this file once again. Here is the file, which is, so we have seen a normal distribution. Now just check out how this will go, how this 6-pack has to be done in non-normal distribution. Okay. So we have already checked this data is non-normal. So let's do this. Stability, quality tools, 6-packs capability. Select normal. I'll show you why. Within this option, we can do the transformation as well. Okay, इसको select करो. मैं आपको एक जादू दिखाता हूँ. 6-pack analysis का जादू. Stat, quality tools, capability analysis, and normal. Just select this. Stat, quality tools, capability, 6-pack, capability 6-pack, huh? Normal. Select this normal. The same, same kind of window will come. Select your time here. Now there is no chocolate weight here. There is time. Just select time. Subgroup size is 1. Now here lower specification is 40. Upper specification is 400. I'm just giving you, this is, you can use 40 lower specification, 400 upper specification. Okay, you can just play around this and you can change them and do this. Right now, just do it 40 and 400. Okay. Now you go to transform because the data has to be transformed. Just go to transform. Here they are giving us 3 options. No transformation. First is Box-Cox transformation. Second is Johnson transformation. You remember I mentioned this just a while ago. If the data is normally distributed, so you don't have to do the transformation. But in this case, the data is non-normal. That's why you have to go for Box-Cox or Johnson. So we'll go for Box-Cox transformation and click on OK. All right. And what else? Yes, click on OK. Wow. Look at this. Everybody got this? Just give me yes in the chat box. So Box-Cox transformation, lambda value is 0. That's why they have done the log transformation. So here stability chart is here, right? And then this is the normality chart. Okay, now normality, if you remember earlier the normality data was less than, remember p value was how much? 0.005 was there, right? It was less than 0.005, but now the p value has increased to 0.299. That means it has been transformed, and this is the data. Transformed data looks like this. Okay, and now here is the process capability of this, right? So okay, we haven't selected. All right, we haven't selected a z value here. Let me go back, go to the option. Yeah, select benchmark z. That I forgot. So here you can see z bench value is 1.21 and 1.19. That means That means it's 1.2 sigma process. Okay. Yeah, I will repeat this process once again. This is our original data. We found that data is non-normal, right? So here in non-normal scenario also, how we can do this 6-pack analysis? So the process is fairly similar, only there is a transformation angle we have to add. That's it. Okay. So go to stat, quality tool, 6-pack normal. Just follow the same path which we just followed earlier. Stat, quality tools, capability analysis, capability 6-pack normal. Once you click on that, put the time, subgroup size 1, put your lower specification, upper specification. Now you go to transform. Because the data is non-normal, you have to transform. Here you select Box-Cox transformation and click on OK. You go to option, select benchmark Z, right? Click on OK and you click on OK and you will get this 6-pack analysis. Clear, everybody? So normal data and non-normal data, both ways you can select this. Okay. हाँ, CPM क्या होता है? हाँ, why are we transforming data? I'll answer the questions. Transforming data meaning transforming data from normal to non-normal, meaning non-normal to normal. See, earlier if you remember histogram, if you remember, we plotted histogram, it was like this, dinosaur wala, remember that? Now this is the same data, transformed data. This has become very much normally distributed. So from this data to this data, this is called transformation. Okay, Sandeep ji, because this you have just started in the green belt level, this will come in the black belt level in to you. Okay. Now coming back to CPM. Okay, CPM, if we put the target value now, target value, see, what is happening here is, you remember we have lower specification and upper specification, correct? So we have lower specification and upper specification limit, right? So this is without transforming the data. Very good, very good. See, why we should not do the without transformation? Because these numbers are not reliable numbers, because everything boils down into normal distribution. In process capability analysis, the underlying assumption is the data is normal distributed. The reason is all these calculations are based on the area under this normal distribution curve. If the distribution itself is non-normal, if it is like this, then the calculation will not be basically accurate and precise. Okay, that is the reason we are doing the transformation. Clear, everybody? So I was explaining the CPM. So here we give only lower specification and upper specification. Okay, we have never given the target value. Okay, so if we give the target value as well, then CPM also can be calculated. Okay, what is the process capability against the target? What is the deviation from the target you have? That's where the CPM is calculated. Okay, clear, everybody? This, just give me yes in the chat box. Super clear. It requires practice, but I want you guys to start practicing this. You do stability, do normality, do capability separately, and then do the 6-pack analysis in one shot. So I've given you both options, normal data, non-normal data. How do you? Only non-normal data mein, you just have to go to transform, and then you have to give this, do the transformation and then the capability. Z bench value is nothing but, when we say 6 sigma, okay, this 6 value is nothing but the Z bench value or the Z value basically. Okay, super clear, everybody? Just give me yes in the chat. And every value has got a formula behind this. Okay, which we can calculate manually as well. But we have the software. Our main objective is not to become statistician, but to solve the problem of the company. Okay, so use the software, get the statistical analysis done faster, and solve the problem faster nowadays. Okay, super, super. Thank you very much for joining in today. We will have the, tomorrow we have our yellow belt session as well. If you want to refer somebody, your friend, colleague, family member, you can refer them and send them to the session. And if they upgrade to the green belt, black belt, then you can get the the variable, what is that, referral bonus. Okay, when you get a BB certificate after, once you submit the examination, na Prabhakar ji, it is basically given within 6 working days. Okay, 6 दिन में आपको मिल जाता है. Z bench means sigma level. Yes, absolutely right. If the Z bench is 1.2, that means this process is 1.2 sigma process. Okay, Girish ji, if that Z bench becomes 4, then your process is 4 sigma process. So our objective is to reduce the variation and increase the Z bench value. That is what our objective is. That's what I said. 6 sigma में जो 6 number है, that's the Z bench number. Okay, very good. हाँ, वेनसडे को मिला है तो आपको आई थिंक मंडे ट्यूसडे तक मिलना चाहिए. मंडे ट्यूसडे के आसपास मिलेगा आपको सर्टिफिकेट. ठीक है, super. Thank you very much for joining in. Keep learning, keep growing. This is Dinesh Patil signing off. Bye bye. See you.